Hey YouTube, it's been a little while since I've done a video. Last one was on my wife's Explorer. So now she has a CX-90, a 2024. We really like it. It's not clean right now. Maybe I'll clean it up later. But she was wanting to have the mud flaps. So when we bought it, or we call them splash guards, mud flaps, whatever. We go splash guard. She wanted to have these installed because it kind of gives the car a little bit of a finished look, and it also protects the lower rocker panel down here. So they're real easy to put on. I'm going to do a video here because the dealership wanted to charge way too much money, and they're very easy to do. So I'm going to go around to the other side and kind of show you. This is the finished product. I like to do one first. That way you can kind of get all the tips from the things that I learned. All right, be right back. Okay, so the first thing is, you can see this one's not done. The first thing you want to do is make sure you turn your wheel right side of the car. So you want to turn your wheel right, so you get all of this area here you can work on. You don't have to take the wheels off or anything. You still have the right tools. This is great. I put tape on mine. This is one of those removal tools. It helps remove this, which is the one that came in it. I put tape on mine because sometimes I'm trying to pull it out of painted areas, so it might pry up against something, so I tape it so it doesn't damage the paint. Like if I was doing like this, it could damage the paint. So anyway, it's real easy to pop this one out. I already did it. Don't really need to show you that, but I do want you to see the first step is to clean this area, especially right here. You see where it's taped. I was showing you on the rear one as well. They're all taped. So you're going to remove this tape right here. Okay, you can see they painted it. You can order these to color of your car. If you have, I think she has the premium turbo S, it's the top of the line, so this part of the car is painted. Whereas the lower trims, this is black, but you can still do it. You just don't have to pay for these to be painted the color of the car. So you can do that whether it's the top trim level or not. They still, I think, look good. So you pull that tape off, and then what you're gonna do is just peel this to the outside. So when you start to put this onto the car, you can have this out, so you can, once you're fitting it to the car, you can pull it out. And what this does is allows this mud flap to have adhesion to the side of the car, so you don't have a gap right here. It looks like you put it on instead of the factory. Okay, so you're going to have that sitting out. Again, that's why this is so important, to make sure this is clean. There's no grease. I use like Simply Green or something to make sure you get it like a degreaser, because what happens is you put Armor All on your tires, and then it'll spray up on the car, and it'll make this adhesion not stick to the car, right? So the trick here is when you line it up, just be careful when you're fitting it. It's good to leave that tape on there so it's not sticking. But the first one I popped out lines up to that hole, the top hole here. This hole is brand new, and it's only necessary when you have the mud flap installed. And then there's this piece down here which doesn't have anything there. So these are your two virgin holes right here, 1, 2 underneath there. So the first thing you want to do is slide the pin that you took out, slide it in here just as a holder. I'm not going to pop it yet. I'm just going to put it flush. I know you can't really see, there's not a whole lot of light. Let me see, let me get some light here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of light. There we go. Hopefully you can see that now. You see how that is still sticking out? It's not going to completely fasten until I push this pin in. So it's in there, it's holding it on, and that's what you want to do. That way if you need to take it off, or you forget to take your double-sided tape strip out, you can do that. So here's what I would do. I'm going to put that in there, line it all up. And now I'm going to take my drill, and you need to get a drill that is going to be short, probably less than 6 inches, because you're going to have to drill underneath the car unless you have the car jacked up, right? So you have to have this 5 5/16. Make sure you're no bigger than that, 5/16, or I think it's 8 millimeters is the equivalent. So what you want to do is press up against the car, press the splash guard against the car with this top one holding, and this is going to help you get the right hold. You don't want to be too far to the outside of the car, because then the splash guard is going to have movement and gap. So you don't want to go in too far. Let's get any of that extra out of there. Okay, and now this kit comes with extra pins. And you just slap this one in, just like I did the top one, but I'm not gonna fasten. I'm just doing for a fit right now, because I still got to get my tape out. Okay, so now I'm going to go underneath the car and drill this hole. As you can see, come over here and show you. You see how it's already a nice fit, and I still haven't even used my tape yet. That's what you want. You want a nice fit here and a nice fit all the way up. And then once you do the tape's going to hold it even tighter, and it's going to be a nice install. Okay, so let me put this back down. So here I'm going to go underneath the car with my drill short, and you can see the flap is right here, and I'm going to put a little bit of pressure on it, because I want to make sure the hole is holding it. Not too much pressure, but just a nice snug fit. Once I'm satisfied, I go ahead and drill my hole. Okay, and again, you don't want to pop that in yet, because what you'll end up doing is, if you pop the pins all the way in, you won't have your tape out. So I'm just doing a test fit. That's great. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is pull this one back out. Okay, and now I'm gonna get my tape out of here. See, look, I'm taking my double-sided tape off. Hopefully you can see that. So now that's ready to stick, and I'm going to line this up. And you always want to, for me, I want to line the top one up first. I'm in a funny angle. Okay. And now I pop that one in. I'm coming to do the bottom one here. That's in. And before I pop that one, I'm gonna make sure I got this one in as well. That's in. So now I'm gonna pop this bottom one and put a little pressure on it. And you heard that, it clicked. And that clicked. Okay. Now that tape's out. You see the tape's out here. You can put a little pressure on it. Make sure it got nice, good adhesion on it. As you can see, there's no gap. It's a nice fit. This is obviously made for this car. You can see that everything looks very professional, and it just gives it a nice finished look. Also, it protects this rocker panel from, debris, grease and stuff, dirt flying up on the car. All right, so it's very easy to do. You don't have to take the wheels off. You don't have to pay the dealership $300 or plus to put these on. It's very easy to do. All right, I'll show some pictures for the rears once they're done. Okay, so I'm on the rear, and I just wanted to show you this. Again, on the rears are a little different because you already have two holes that you're going to reuse. Again, I showed you clean this up. Make sure this is nice and clean, especially right there. Try not to touch that after you clean it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove this and expose the double-sided tape in there. And the reason why I can go ahead and do that is because I got two slots there that's going to hold this in place. This is just it's just to secure it to the bottom of the car. And so I'm going to slide it on, try not to touch the side until I get in the spot where I want it and I know it's close. And then I'm going to put that pressure on it. I'm going to hold it in place. I'm going to slide this in. You should hear the first pop. There it is. And here's the second pop. On the rears, you can go ahead and pop these back in. Actually will help you. This one back in, pop. First pop, put a little pressure, second pop, okay? Now I'm going to take my drill. So I'm gonna actually go underneath the car. You can come around and see that. And I'm drilling that spot I showed you earlier. And I'm gonna put a little pressure on there just to get that tab in that perfect spot, and it's gonna hold pressure on this. Okay, and then I'll use my this. Start dropping it. Do some editing there. All right, I'm just gonna slide it in there. Just fits nice and snug, and then I'm gonna take my hand. You can put your hand underneath here, kind of help pop it in. Actually, I mean, Mazda did a great job in engineering this. Whereas they're really easy to do. I mean, if you took it to a dealer should be able to put these on and put all 4 of them on in 15, 20 minutes, if that. It's just the drilling part, especially if they put it up on a rack. So I don't know. Okay, as you can see, I already put the right back one on. Really easy to do. It's actually easier than the front. Just pop these 2 out. Peel the tape. On this one, you can actually just peel the tape, pop these 2 out, and put these on in. Put some pressure on the side, and then peel the tape. Because the bottom one's not really going to hold it snug. These 2 are doing a good job. On the front one, you just have to make sure you don't leave any gap. Let me go around the other side here. You can see there's no gap. It fits right up to the car. And again, the main thing is make sure you clean it before you install it. And then you can see underneath, I had to drill a hole here. Drill that hole. As long as you got the right size drill, works perfectly. That popped in just like it was from the factory. And this is holding this whole piece nice and snug up against the car, as you can see. Very nice. So you can kind of see, kind of gives it that nice finish look, as well as protects the car. Let me back this out a little bit so you can see both there. They're installed. My floor is a little junky, a little dirty, but you get the idea.